So.
All right, thank you. You can be seated. Your next question.
Oh. Fuck, man.
Mr. Depp, before the break, we were talking about how your finger got injured in Australia. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to pull up Defendant's Exhibit 394, please. Mr. Depp, do you recall Mr. Rottenborn showing you this exhibit during your cross-examination?
Yes, I do.
Can you please explain
My dad's in
when
the area.
relative to your finger injury you sent this text message?
That's the day before. Am I correct?
At the bottom it says, I cut the top of my finger off. What should I do? Except, of course, go to a hospital.
Australia, exactly. The time difference, sorry. Yes. That's what I said.
Yo,
so when
yo, Addy,
relative
if you're still
to when
watching
your
it, do you
finger was
think they're
injured,
gonna
did you send
rotate
this
the
text
people who are
message
talking
to your
and
best
people asking questions? 'Cause I don't be weird. I find what this exact segment, whenever they do it, a little bit more leisurely and kind of
this
annoying.
looks like it's at the time. To me,
And in the middle here, it says, her obsession with herself is far more important. She's so fucking ambitious. She's so desperate for success and fame. That's probably why I was a choir mate. What did you mean by that?
unfortunately, I meant
To
exactly.
protect the world from devastation.
I meant exactly what I said in this text. It seems it had become clear. That
So
they
that
were,
tells me. Maybe it was better than sleepy. I agree.
She seemed to
But I mean, it's his life.
take more
really,
care
so.
in and importance in
It's not sleepy. Just kind of it's just going in details about his stuff.
going on auditions, going to the Met Ball, or going to any sort of premiere or opening or whatever, where she could be
Objection beyond the
photographed.
scope of the question, Your Honor.
Sorry?
I
That
believe he was.
that would be pretty
responding to
fucking
what he
annoying.
meant by what he wrote in his text
And
message
then
to
he said
Dr.
I meant exactly what the word said, and now he's going beyond
All
the
right, I'll
scope.
sustain the objection. Next question.
Thank you, Mr. Rottenborn.
Your
Sir,
Honor,
if you could just answer the question, Mr. Depp, please.
Certainly,
Direct your
sorry.
attention just to your attorney, okay?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Mr. Depp,
Why is it gonna be him doing this
Mr.
for the rest of
Rottenborn
it?
showed you an audio recording where you referenced your finger getting cut off in Australia. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to play a different portion of that recording that came before the portion that Mr. Rottenborn played. So if we could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 343, and we will be playing the portion from at 1 hour, 54 minutes, 11 seconds to 1 hour, 56 minutes, 10 seconds.
It's early, it's quick, it's so not, you're not interested in not fighting. You are guaranteeing a fight. When you do that, and I've told you this so many times, you guarantee, if you were interested in not fighting, you would be respectful if you needed the space you would be careful not to perpetuate the fight longer by saying, I need a few minutes, and then actually honoring that. How can I trust you that it will be a few minutes when you've done this in the past and disappeared for hours? You know, I got mad at you in Australia about
Why,
this.
that
I
is
said,
incredibly
"Baby, I want
manipulative.
to
That
trust
is-
you. It's hard for me not to try and work it out. If you want to be the person that's like, I need to cool down, help me do that, give that to you, but I can't
Hey,
give
that
it to
is
you. if
literally
you always
witch
let me
logic
down
and-
and fuck up and forget.
Because I
and
gave you a time limit, because I said I'll be back in 3 minutes. So I'm just...
No, it's
if that
different.
if it happens,
It's different. You never.
if it happens, I'm just going to say, look, I need some time. That's it.
I'm telling you, that will
It's toxic. Doesn't matter how much time it is.
make it worse.
So saying you need time in an argument or in a
guarantee
fight
you
is literally one of the
will.
best ways to
You're
de-escalate
fucking
and
throwing
find
punches.
solutions.
I'm
Is to
not
just take a
talking
chiller.
about throwing punches. I'm talking about an argument.
Right. In arguments, you tend to throw punches.
I'm talking about arguments. I'm not talking about the times when it's got physical. I'm talking about arguments. I'm talking about arguments. I'm talking about arguments.
Yes,
Talking
in our
about
argument...
fights. Earlier and earlier and earlier. Now you split. You take off right away. You don't deal with the issue. You don't deal with the confrontation, and you split. Whether it is, and then you do it for an undeterminate amount of time. You do it without actually respecting. When you do give me a time, like say I need a few minutes, you never.
Mr. Depp, whose voices can you hear in that audio recording?
Ms. Hertz and myself.
And there was a mention about Ms. Heard getting mad about something in Australia. What did Ms. Heard get mad at you about in Australia?
There were many instances where Ms. Heard would get upset, angry, and argumentative and violent in Australia. There were many times. The one that was the day when my tip of my finger disappeared, that had to do with a phone call. When she arrived in Australia, she complained that an attorney
Can we see a
Who was
huge biceps,
explaining to
please,
her
XQCL?